All right, what's going on, class? Welcome to week number 10. That is right, week number 10 of your seminar in cultural heritage, which is a 9410 assigned class. And hopefully, one day it will have a permanent course number. That is, if I get to teach it in the future. As always, I am your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin. And we're going to do just a little bit of check-in right now. Hopefully I can keep this under 10 minutes, but because I don't really have a lot to say, but the main thing is, yeah, people are freaking out. People are weird out here. Things still have not normalized, and I don't think they will normalize for the duration of this course. So it is what it is. I'm going to need you all to continue to hang in there. But you all are doing fine so far, and I want to come on just to say hi and to let you know that I am still here and will be here. And if if you need me, of course, if you need me for anything school related, none of that has changed. You all know that you can reach out to me for that. But that's even if you just need to correspond, I've been seeing some emails from coworkers and students who they're just kind of emailing, and I think that they're emailing actually for some human contact. And I get it. So, if you need to, I know some of you just don't have a lot of family and friends nearby, and I can relate. Most of my people are still down in the Carolinas. Almost all of my people are still down in the Carolinas, and I'm out here in Kansas City doing what I do, but wearing the Hornets hat because you can take the man out of the Carolinas, but you can't take the Carolinas out of the man. So that's what that is. By the way, believe it or not, who knows? I think most of you have had me before, so it might have even been one of you all. But in the past, I actually had somebody on a teaching evaluation complain that I had worn a hat in one of the check-in videos. That was weeks prior to when the evaluation link was sent out by the school. So I'm just going to let you all know. The reason I'm wearing the hat, and I'll probably be wearing the hat for the rest of the semester, is because the barbershops are closed. I hope a Hornets hat does not offend you. And I will say, if you are offended by people wearing hats inside of buildings, you might want to get over that, because there are going to be library patrons who come in with hats on. And there are going to be library patrons who come in with other things on and with things off. And that can cause a little bit of tension. It gets a little weird, but it just is what it is. Just try to have a thick skin. Maybe we can start out with getting comfortable seeing someone wear a hat inside, and then we can graduate to other things. That's just kind of that Dr. J's very dry curmudgeon humor that I have, but it is what it is. You're going to see the hat for the rest of the semester because I can't get to a barbershop. I'm sorry. But anyway, we're not going to dwell on that too much. I just want to have a little fun with it because life is too short to not have fun. Even in the midst of the virtual lockdown that we've got here in Kansas City, I'm still enjoying my life, and I refuse to do otherwise. Hoping that people stay safe and healthy, especially my family back home, and I know you all are doing the same. But there's so many things going on right now that you have no control over, and so I don't want you all to stress over things that you don't have control over. One thing you do have control over, though, is your performance in this course. So, first of all, pretty much everyone is on track. That needs to be said. I don't think I've got people who have a bunch of assignments missing and things of that nature. I do want you to be aware of a couple of things. Let me go back, actually. So first of all, yes, next week we are going to have this live session. For right now, I am operating as if the live session is actually still on. I am going to be communicating with Dr. Jackson this week and trying to get that live session prepared for next week. If it is canceled, I will let you know that I actually want to continue with that live session in part so that you all have somebody talking to you and so that you're meeting with somebody in real time. I do think that it's important to have that type of social interaction, okay? So be mindful that again, April 7th, which is next Tuesday, we will have a live session. Other things another thing that I want you to be mindful of or be aware of is that everyone took the midterm quiz. I don't need to say anything about that. But the top 4 most important cultural heritages of a community paper, that is going to be due on April the 12th. So that will be coming up. I'm sorry. I lied to y'all. It's actually due Sunday. Bad professor. Bad professor. Okay, it is due on Sunday. Now, let me just keep it real. The reason this even says available until April 12th is because there's going to be a grace period. I'm just going to put it out there. You all are, I'm having a hard time concentrating. I'm 100% certain that at least one of you is also having a hard time concentrating. These are very unforeseen times for most of us. Don't get me wrong, humanity has gone through this, of course, before, but for most of us, it has not happened in our lifetimes. So, yeah, we've got some adapting and such to do, and we're going to do it, okay? But having said that, yes, that paper is due on April the 5th, which is Sunday. However, there is a grace period at least through April 12th just because people are having a hard time concentrating, and I don't blame them. It would be impossible to expect you all to concentrate at 100% right now, okay? So I know I can come across as a hard ass sometimes, but I'm really not as bad as it may seem. And yes, I do understand that in situations like this, you're probably going to need a little bit of empathy and maybe a little bit of extra time, and I'm going to work with you. If you're late beyond my grace period, I am going to probably send you an email, but I'm hoping that won't be the case. And if you can turn it in on time, please do, because that does help me with grading. I don't just want all of the stuff that I need to grade to come in at the end of the semester. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna get beyond that, and let's talk about some of the things for this week. Cultural heritage and attacks on heritage resources. So we've got a lot of writing on this, but this is a very real issue, and I'm not going to talk too much about whether or not I actually do or don't like this president. I'm not going to talk about it here, at least. I have mentioned in the course before that I'm not a big fan, but I got plenty of Trump fans who I communicate with, and it just is what it is. But what I am going to say is that if the president had opened up this Pandora's box of attacking Iranian or Persian cultural heritage sites back when things had reached a higher level of concern with the nation of Iran, we'd have had some allies probably try to, sanction us in one way or another, or at least distance themselves from that. So I am very glad that cultural sites in Iran were not targeted. Of course, I don't want people targeted either anywhere. It's kind of weird that I'm, talking about the heritage sites and not talking about the people. We don't want the people harmed either. But it was not going to, I don't think that attacking Iranian heritage sites was going to have the intended outcome that President Trump had, I think, wanted. So I'm glad that we're beyond that. I think that the administration's hands are full now with the coronavirus. So we'll just see where it goes from there. And this may be our president through 2024. So, we just want to keep an eye on what any elected leader does. The information landscape did kind of alter. Okay, I'm at 10 minutes. I'm going to go over 15. I'm going to go over 10 minutes. I'll keep it below 15. But yes, the information landscape, even with fake news and all this stuff, a lot of these concerns developed during the Trump administration. And cultural heritage is also a LIS concern, just like fake news and information verification, everything like that. So this is another information landscape thing that I think is being affected by this president, who again, this isn't me trying to monger any hate towards this president. He is our president. He is leading this nation, and I accept that. I'm not necessarily a fan of the Electoral College, but as long as we have it, I'm willing to accept what it produces. Let me put it that way. So Donald Trump, yes, he is my president, and what he is doing, I can be critical of it, but at the same time, my loyalties are to this nation, and so at least to some extent, my loyalties are also to the president of this nation. God, that was weird. But yeah, this is just where we are. Anyway, I do hope that that this issue never comes up. I'm actually assuming that Trump will be reelected, but I'm hoping that he, in his second term, will not put cultural sites on the table as military targets. I really hope that he will not do that. So that's where I am with that. A few other things that I just wanted to mention really quickly. First of all, this class is a lot more fun, I think, if you can actually go out and visit heritage sites. When I was putting this class together, I was not able to predict that we would have the types of closures and things that we have had. But I still hope that I have ignited some interest and some thoughts within you, and that once you are able to venture out, of course you're going to do the typical things. You're going to start going back to restaurants, probably going to get your hair cut. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm hoping that you'll go. I'm hoping that it's still warm out when the lockdowns are lifted, and I'm hoping that you all will go to some museums and to maybe some ballparks and some non-chain businesses, and just take in the cultural heritage. I'm hoping that what's happening right now is that you're building an appreciation for some of the things that you can't see because you can't see them. And then once we get back to a place where you can see them, you appreciate them, and you advocate for them. Yeah, so that's where we are on that. The last thing that I want to say before I let you all go for now is that I am thinking about, I'm probably not going to do this in 7314, the reference class that I'm teaching this semester, but for you guys, let me know if y'all want me to just create Zoom sessions where you all can just it's optional, but if y'all want me to create Zoom sessions where you all just log in and talk to each other so that you have human contact in some shape, form, or fashion with your classmates, and talk about, you can talk about the material in the course, or we can talk about other things. It's up to you, but I can't leave you all alone right now. I like to think that this particular class has actually evolved into a little community unto itself, because you all are doing so well communicating with each other in the discussion prompts. So, if y'all want some real-time conversation, let me know. I can create several throughout the semester. It's not like I just put one together and try to get everyone in at the same time. Even if only like three or four of you can show up to one of these Zoom sessions that I make, I'm willing to make them, just so that we can, so that you all can stay sane and have some human interaction in real time. Definitely willing to do that. I got to look out for you all. That's pretty much it. Let me keep this under 15 minutes, but there's also a chance that some of y'all just needed to hear from somebody, and so you're hearing from me. You're hearing from Dr. Jace, and Dr. Jace now is out. This is Dr. Jace. We're going to get to a better place. Keep your heads up.